Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Little market pullback. Where are the levels? That is the question for today's show. Today's going to be a quick show, quick Friday evening show, market wrap for the week. Obviously, a bearish week for crypto, but no concern, guys. Here we are. This is Bitcoin at the moment. As you can see, we have been talking about this 382 level for a while now, and we're coming very close to this level. I think this is a very, very, very easy region for a Bitcoin long, guys. Very simple over here. So it's just going to be this, it's quite a broad region, so you can go into this with low leverage. And this is a region over here. Basically, it's between the 382 and the 50% level. That's between 11K and 14K. Let's call it that for round numbers. So you got 11K and 14K. Bang, there's your 14K or 13.7. And here is your 10.7 over there, 11K. This is a very, very, very longable region for Bitcoin, guys. Very high probability zone for a bounce. Of course, we're still holding this uptrend over here, this ascending support over here, still holding that well. So this is still bullish, guys. And remember, guys, when we get a strong bounce off the 382, this shows a lot of strength in the move. So definitely a good zone to get into Bitcoin. Of course, we have the 50-day EMA and the 50% level from the recent move from the 22nd of June. We also have the previous all-time high over here at 112K. So there's a lot lining up in this level over here. So I think this region is a huge, huge screaming long for Bitcoin. I'm still in my Bitcoin long over here from 102K, but I'm going to double down over here. Very, very easy, guys. Double down. You can do it over the course of the weekend. We'll probably get a weekend low before everyone shrugs off the tariff news. That's why we have had a bit of a pullback. Of course, Trump speaking the tariff game again, market's not enjoying that. So Bitcoin, very easy long at the moment. Of course, Bitcoin dominance getting a bit of a push to the upside. And what you can see is that we are just testing this resistance zone over here. I said we'd chop around in this box over here, but let's get rid of that. Still below the important EMAs. What I want to see now is a death cross. Of course, the 50 crossing below the 200, and that should give us a big alt season, guys. We've been in a golden cross run here on Bitcoin dominance since January 2023, guys. So this has been a long time. This has been in a strong, healthy uptrend. And if we do get that death cross, we can get a quick move like this, guys. Very, very possible. We've seen it before. So definitely watch out for this. That's Bitcoin dominance. So of course we're running into resistance here. So, this could be a zone. If you are holding a lot of Bitcoin, you can get into those altcoins. And there are altcoins holding strength, guys. We spoke about XRP at $3. This had a nice wick today. Still in this long over here. We spoke about this region over here. This is the 382 to 50% level. The exact same we saw for Bitcoin over here, 382 to 50% level. Of course, XRP has front run that. So good zone for a potential buy. Wrong button. I'm personally looking for $2.80 over here. I think this is the perfect buy zone. I'll be adding to my long. Of course, we took this long, this breakout over here. We took half our chips off the table. And I think we're going to add back to this position at $2.80. Very high probability bounce zone. Of course, 50% level and the 50-day EMA. This is a good level, guys. This is a good level. What else looking okay? ETH looking heavy. Took the majority of my chips off the table on this trade. Got about 5% left open. We TP'd at 3.3 and we TP'd over here, of course, at this huge descending resistance over here. Took chips off the table, and we're probably going to add back to this trade. I am really liking this zone over here. I think we could get a bit of a heavier, steeper pullback coming into $3,300. Obviously, a great buying opportunity for Ethereum over there. Solana also looking heavy. Solana has actually broken down this ascending support, but it does have the EMAs over here. So still in this long. Of course, this is coming around entry now, which is, suboptimal. But let's see, we could get a strong bounce off these EMAs over there. And if we draw the 50% level from this low over here to the high, we are currently flirting with that 50% level. So this is a good chance for a Solana long. If you haven't got into a Solana long, you can easily long this zone over here. Stops, of course, below this zone over here, which led to the push to the upside. That is for Solana, guys. I was having a look at the total crypto market as well, and it looks like we just are retesting the all-time high over here. So here we go, previous all-time high over there. We broke out. Now it looks like the perfect retest. Are we going to get a bounce off here, or are we going to come down to this 3.5 trillion? Who knows, guys? Very, very high probability zone for a bounce if we come down here, but this also looks pretty good for a bounce over there. Definitely not looking at those, guys. Those are not the play at the moment. I'm looking at Ethereum-based tokens at the moment, something like Sui. Sui is looking really good, guys. Sui is holding up, of course, quite bearish over here. This is back at my entry, though, for Sui. This is a great Sui position, guys. You know, off the 50-day EMA over there, looking for a push up. I'm still targeting $7.57 over there. ENA also looking strong, guys. These are the tokens that are looking strong. Definitely looking for a push up there. If you're looking to get into this long, 45 cents does make sense for that. Let's have a look at Lido. Lido's getting smashed, guys. Lido is, of course, getting smashed. I am in this long, down on this long currently. My stop loss remains over there. But yeah, this is not looking ideal. But that's why we don't go, you know, put all our eggs into one trade. We are below the 50% level. So what you want to see today is a reclaim of that 95 cents. Let's see what happens for Lido, guys. Let's see what happens over there. Okay, so what else do we have here? So we went over that. Whiff. I'm in a whiff long, actually. Let's open that up. We could be getting crushed here as well. But it's all part of the game, guys. Yeah, getting a bit smashed in this trade as well. I thought we'd hold up this EMA cluster, but that is not the case. Have we broken down the ascending support? Not yet, guys. So we could get a bounce off the zone over here. Support level around that 80, 85 cents worst case scenario. But you don't want to see Whiff lose this low over here. So you can, of course, move your stop downs over there, or we can just leave it as it is. I'm personally leaving mine as it is. Let's see what happens, guys. But guys, sticking to the big guns, of course, Bitcoin coming into our zone right now, guys. This looks like a great long. Personally going to open up a long right now. So if I open up another long at the zone right now, I'll have an average entry of about that 106K zone over there, which will be looking really good. So if my entry is over there with the bigger position, then things are looking really good. I can even put my stop to break even over there. So I'm going to double down on my Bitcoin long from 102K. I'm bullish, guys. This is, of course, it's still bullish. There's nothing bearish about this yet. Where are we wrong? Well, if we lose the 110K zone and start to close candles outside of this ascending support, it could be potential red flag over there. But for now, looking really good, guys. 382 and 50% level below us, 50-day EMA. Things are looking fine for Bitcoin. Okay, guys, this is Friday afternoon, so having a quick one. Friday evening, sorry. I have a quick live over here. Not too much to catch up on. I'm going to open up this trade now, I think. What's the difference? 113.8K or 114.2, not much of a difference. So I'm going to open up my long here. It's going to have my average entry is going to be 107. I'm going to have my stop loss to break even. Got a big trade. Let's see what happens, guys. Definitely don't get shaken out of this. But guys, have a good weekend. Don't panic, and we'll see you guys